Alright? Shalom. First and foremost, we're going to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to
Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rakakwadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And peace and salutations to Akim out there pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure until the end. This is a GMS Louisiana Saints camp with another sit down. And the topic of this lesson is just going to be that these scriptures is a book of lamentation, mournings, and woe. Right. There's nothing good coming in these last days for anybody, you heathens, but especially 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who are hard-headed and stiff-necked and refuse to come back to your power.
Yep.
Do you have anything to say?
Oh, no, hey, you didn't say it at all.
Because you got a lot of people out here, especially these wacky-tacky Christians, that'll say, it's going to be good when Jesus returns. We're going to get lifted up into the rapture and have a good old time.
Right.
None of these horrors are going to befall us, or that Jesus is he's all lovey-dovey and he's coming back with a bouquet of roses and a box of chocolates. But that shows that you err knowing the scriptures, because that's the complete opposite. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is coming back to kick ass and take names.
Oh, that's a fact right there.
And he's coming back with 2,000 years of blood-boiling anger.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I was just going to say, Salak, y'all. I was going to say, man, you people, man, you walk around with all this pride. You're so spoiled. You're spoiled than milk, man. You know? Like, just interacting with you people leave a sour taste in people's mouth. A lot of the times, man. You know, so the Heavenly Father got to come back and turn this place right side up, you know?
Hey, you people got a short temper out there, so think about it like this. Yahweh Shai, whom is so-called Jesus Christ's real name, he saw his own people turn against him, spit on him, turn him over to the heathens who tortured him. And while he was crucified, he was getting mocked, and they gave him vinegar and piss to drink. Mm-hmm. So he's been stewing on that for so long. And now, during that time leading up to this time we're in now, he's been seeing the apple of his eye, the apple of his father's eye, get tortured, killed, and brutalized by these heathens. Right. These people that are accounted as spit, as less than nothing. So what do you think he's going to do once he gets the go-ahead to let loose?
And you can only, and this is my last statement, you know, until then we can get into the precept, unless you want to make a statement. But just look at these jakes. They don't know their heritage. They don't have no idea who they are. But understanding start to come their way to make things clear, and they try to poo-poo it. You see what I'm saying? Like all the things that you just brought out about the Lord dying and what happened to him and all these different factors, and Jake just look at it as it's nothing, man. They don't know they butt from a hole in the wall. They don't know their nationality, but wanna disrespect what Yahweh Shah did for the nation, for the elect of Israel, of course, man. You know, because we can't look forward to Israel getting it, all of Israel getting this knowledge, man. You know, but it's just so disrespectful how Jake laugh and scoff and act like they got everything made in the shade, huh? Everything all fun and games, you know what I mean? But then when that pressure come on them, it's gonna be a whole different fucking story, man.
And rightfully so. Yahweh Shai was in so much pain, he was sweating blood, and yet you want to mock that. And the thing that gets me the most is we're telling you that you're the people, you're the apex predator, so to speak, and that you're going to be in rulership, but you don't want that. You're content being a slave. You're content being a tap dancer. It's sickening.
Motherfucking body boys.
So that's why whenever that concentrated heat comes to you, there's going to be no remorse felt from the men of the Lord who have been diligently out here preaching this word, because you're going to get every fucking thing you deserve.
Yeah, I really do hope the Lord make you realize everything that you have done. As you die, you realize everything you have done, and he make you feel so bad. Like I just want these niggas to watch you know what? You go ahead.
We hope you watch your loved ones die in front of you.
Yes, man.
Slowly and painfully.
Yes.
But hey, we've been speaking enough. Let's get into the real work.
Exactly. Like this about to say everything. Amos 5 and 18. It say, "Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord."
And woe means destruction.
To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
Though they say, Lord, Lord, in that day I will not know you, because you heathens and you jakes that aren't doing what the prescribed order is. You're not doing what the Most High wanted you to do.
Right.
You're just being vain out here. You're being useless.
I was just about to say they're useless people, huh?
And you think, oh, just because I got the blood of Jesus and I went to church on Sunday, that you can go fuck off for the rest of the week and that everything's going to be all good. It's the exact opposite. These angels out here, especially these death angels, which are watching your every movement, are recording everything on those scrolls, and Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is looking and observing.
But this is my thing. Everything that Esau has brought to Jake should be questioned. The way they worship, the days, everything should be questioned. You see what I'm saying? But Jake just, oh, I went to church. Oh, it's Easter Sunday, go to church. Like, what does that have to do with anything, man?
What's the origins of all the stuff we've been doing since we were growing up?
Right.
A perfect example of not trusting Esau is I was listening to a report on the radio where they were talking about how the diets that they were giving out to people in the 50s by these so-called experts, and they were saying that green vegetables didn't have any nutrients, so that's why they had to put white sauce and cheese on it to give you nutrients. This was their scientific experts on diet back in the day saying that.
Now they telling you shouldn't eat meat. You shouldn't, like, cause you know they had this goddamn pyramid of foods that you should consume. You know, now they're saying that you shouldn't eat meat so much, red meat so much. You know, now they're saying you shouldn't drink cow milk.
Well, but I think you're supposed to drink goat milk because cow milk's got like a lot of mucusy and stuff like that.
Well, of course we know we shouldn't drink cow milk. You see what I'm saying? You know, but it's just they've been telling you at first, drink milk, drink milk, drink milk, giving it to you at the schools and shit. But now the truth come out. Everything should be questioned when it come down to Esau, man. You know?
I mean, all this information is coming out, like the brother was saying, on like how he's been lying about history, he's been lying about science, he's been lying about words, like black people are called black people and white people are called white people. Yeah. There's a complete misunderstanding on that. Yet y'all still follow after him like he's the God sent comforter for you.
Jake loved Esau. Through the lies. Like we tell one lie, oh, it's the end of the world for us. Esau then told this place is built on a lie, and people like fuck it. Ezekiel 2 and 9. It says that when I looked and behold, a hand was sent unto me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein.
Talking about these scriptures.
And when he spread it before me, and when it was Talakia, and it was written within and without, and there was written therein Lamentations and Mourning and Woe.
Does that sound like love, peace, and happiness?
No, like that to me.
Lamentations, mourning, and woe. Because as it says in Exodus chapter 15, the Most High isn't a man of peace. He's not a man of lovey-dovey, having a good time, forgiving you because you know what, this law is a little too hard for me. Pork's okay. I can just go and get the blood on me.
What's so wrong with shrimp?
Are you heathens, especially you Edomites, you so-called white people? All these, why are we supposed to have structure or order in anything? We've got science. And we've got the Declaration of Independence. We got freedoms. We got democracies. Everybody should be able to do what they want and love who they want.
Actually, they feel like, hey, we got rulership. That's how Esau feel. We got rulership. We can make up whatever we want to make up.
And I'll give them that. They're in the right spirit because they're in rulership. That's what you're supposed to do. When you're the ruler, you make the rules.
Yeah.
But you Israelites have your own rules right here, which are to your benefit.
That's right.
But you want to follow after your oppressor's rules because you think that's better.
Because ultimately Esau rulership ain't gonna last. So don't you want to be doing what the Lord say when his rulership goes down? So you could be put in a better position? Trust me, Esau rulership is not gonna last. Once again, we always say that Rome didn't last, Greece didn't last. Babylon, Persia didn't last. Something that niggas love to talk about, Egypt didn't last.
Hey, why don't you go look at those modern day Egyptians? They're not even in their own land anymore. They're just some Sudanese having a civil war with.
Crazy, man. Ezekiel 15 and
Exodus.
Oh, Exodus, Salakia. Yeah. Exodus 15 and 3. The Lord is a man of war.
Point blank period. The Lord is the man of what?
The Lord is the man of war.
Yahweh is the God of war.
That's right.
And you can just go through the book of Joshua and the book of Judges and Samuel and Kings to see how our forefathers were getting down. Yes. They were going into these cities, and if the Most High gave them the order, they didn't spare men, women, or children, or even cattle sometimes. All they took was the gold and purified it, left nothing. And when these heathens came against us, and like, for example, the Philistines that took the Ark of the Covenant and brought it back and put it back by their fish god Dagon, the Most High not only shit all over that idol they had by knocking it over, but gave them boils, lesions, and all that. That doesn't sound like a power of peace.
Yeah, he's not. You see that? See, that's why I love when the bros tell people that when they try to threaten us by saying certain things, we tell them, man, we ain't no choir boys, man. We not no people that want to make peace with you people, man. We trying to bring in the elect so we can get up out of here, man. The Lord wants smoke with this place. He want beef with this place, man. And
what does Israel mean? The princes of the power.
The princes of the power.
We're the sons of God. So if we're the sons of God, isn't a son like his father?
Yeah.
So if his father's about war, what are his sons about?
See, Jake think that we just some cool.
Some Sunday school sissies.
Yeah, they do. Some Sunday school sissies. That's what they think about us. Because we got on the garments, we got the Bibles, we reading. Man, the Lord gets busy in his men too. Once again, it said the Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name, man.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I remember there was one time, Malachi. There was one time, it was before I was in a camp. I walked in front of a camp once on my way to work, and I saw these brothers preaching this word, and I can't remember which camp it was exactly, but I just got a feeling in my spirit of I wouldn't say it was terror, but it was unease. I was these, even though they were wearing the garments and everything, I was like, these men mean business.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. All I know is to stand and listen, not to talk shit. I'm
gonna tell you like this: when I first came into, I had a sense of fear. You know what I mean? Like, these men about their business. They're not playing. They're not smiling. They make a joke and they laugh. But when they talking about these scriptures, they for real. Like it wasn't no game with them. Just like you basically was saying, it was like, man, I don't want to interrupt this. I feel like, once again, like the scripture said, keep thy foot when you go into the house of the Lord. We didn't know that, but in our spirit, we was like, man, we don't want no problems,
I guess I said I feel like I would have felt like a piece of shit if I tried to go up and be a clown around them. But that's what you Jakes and you scoffers do. The one thing I never get is when we're doing a before camp video, you'll have some people come up and ask us silly questions like, do you know the directions of this street? Or in what case would you do that to anybody when you see they're clearly doing something?
But this is my thing. They got people here. They got people there. I'm like, why are you asking us this? You know what I mean? Like, but it's that spirit, man. That spirit be on us.
That spirit of Babylon, that spirit of confusion, that spirit of having your head up your ass and in the clouds. You're about to see things aren't a joke very soon.
Yeah, but just wanted to say though, that spirit not on us. But people want to flock. They want to be a part of something that we doing. They want to just ask us questions. They want to find out something, regardless if it's like a street name or what direction. But once again, you're right. Those people do have their head up their ass, man, because they don't want to know what we're doing. They just want to be a part of something that they just want to just talk to you, man.
If you're not serious about this work, this is nothing you want to be a part of.
That's right.
Because falling out, taking your hand off the plow, knowing this truth, and then once knowing this truth and then leaving it, that just means your death is going to be that much more horrific, especially whatever you left the truth for. What you people in America don't understand is that these nations around the world are gearing up for a major war, a major power conflict with tanks, jets, artillery, millions of men fighting millions of men.
It ain't gonna be no more arguing, man. It ain't gonna be no more, oh, you said this, but I believe that. It ain't gonna be no more of that. It ain't gonna be no more arguing with your woman, telling you, man, it's gonna be pure chaos, mayhem in these streets, man.
I was watching a Holocaust movie, which you know our personal opinion on that, but they had this one. They had these gutter rats building a house, and one of the Nazis came up and was like, "Why aren't you building a house fast enough?" And then a lady came up and was like, "Oh, I used to be in engineering, and you see, we don't have enough material." Before she could finish, she pulled out a pistol and put one in her head.
That's how it's gonna be.
It's gonna be strictly business in that day. You had Trump talking about, oh, we're going to leave this missile defense treaty, but you know what? Why don't we just make up a new one after it? Nobody wants to hear that.
Nobody don't want to hear that shit.
Everybody, just like the men of the Lord, and especially like Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, these other nations about their business now.
Yeah, the Lord don't want, ain't going to be no pleas, man. Ain't going to be no pleas. I heard them, but I thought they was wrong. Okay. Okay.
It's only me. You hear it once, and if you
continuing.
Hey, and a lot of people out there say, oh, that's all just the Old Testament. So-called Jesus came back and got rid of the laws and all that. Now we're all about peace and love and all that. But what does it say in Malachi 3:6?
It says Malachi 3 verse 6. For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed.
Point blank period. For I am Yahweh, I change not. The Most High is the same way he was at the beginning, the present, and will be in the future. That man of war.
And his son is like that as well.
That's what we're getting into. If you've seen the Father, you've seen the Son. Because Yahushua didn't come back to tell everybody, oh, love each other, love your neighbor. And even then, talking about love your neighbor is talking about loving your Israelite brother. And then on a deeper level right now, it's an Israelite in this truth telling his other brother who's in the truth, doing the exact same thing he's doing out there, fighting on these highways and byways to love him and not have an evil eye towards him, and have mercy towards him. But to you 2/3 out here, you heathens, you're not supposed to give unto a sinner, as it says in Ecclesiasticus. We treat you like you're supposed to be treated, like a fucking dog.
Like a dog.
And what do you do with the dog that has rabies?
You put it down.
You put it down.
Put him down.
Point blank period.
It says John 14:9. Yahushua said unto him, have I been so long time with you, and yet hast thou not known me?
Hey, for these jakes in this truth that have fallen out or that are getting weak right now in this truth, Yahushua said, have I not been with you so long that you have not known me? If you've heard this word, you understood these scriptures, you see that the Most High and His Son are men of business. So you shouldn't be second guessing things, thinking, oh, if I have a presumptuous sin, oh, he'll overlook it, I'll be okay. Or maybe this isn't the truth. Maybe Jesus and God is all about love. No. And just because your vain opinions make you think that, that's not going to be the case. And you're going to learn accordingly. A little bit more on
it. It says, Philip. I'm going to read that over.
Okay.
John 14:9. Yahushua said unto him, have I been so long time? Have I been so long time with you, and yet hast thou not known me, Philip? Mm-hmm. He that had seen me has seen the Father.
Ooh, and the Father changes not.
And how sayest thou then, show us the Father?
Mm-hmm. He even says Yahushua was an austere man. What did he tell his mother? I'm about my Father's business. Point blank period. So there's nothing good. There's nothing good coming to this earth.
Nothing good.
We're in the last seconds of the last days when the Most High is about to give those death angels holding back the Euphrates to release all this destruction.
That's right.
And as it said in the account in 2 Samuel, when the Yahweh sent that death angel to kill Israel, that death angel was just doing it emotionless. The Most High had to tell him to cool off. You've done enough. Right. If he didn't, then there would have been no Israel left. That's that destruction that's coming to you people out here. Straight pain to the nerve endings.
Right. 2 Ezra 5:1. Nevertheless, as concerning the token, behold, the days shall come that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number.
Taken in a what?
Great number.
A great number, not a small number, not a medium number, a great number. Billions of deaths, billions with a B.
It says, and the way of the truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith.
Which we're seeing right now. Just by Apostle Gabar always brings up a beautiful point. 144,000 is a small number, and you can see why it's a small number. You've got all these people bugging out here in this truth and outside of this truth, saying, "Oh, the Bible isn't anything," or even there is no God. I believe in science. I believe in Esau.
Yeah.
I believe in that do as thou wilt spirit.
Alex the Corrali.
That's why a lot of you people are going to take that chip.
Yeah.
Because once this concentrated heat comes to you, these pestilences, these famines, these race wars, this martial law, and you're bearing the faith, what are you going to do when the powers that be say, look, we got this chip, you can get food, housing?
But when you think about it, these people, they basically, if the chip was presented right now, they would want it in them. Because it's like,
the next best thing.
Look at what people do in their day-to-day lives, man. Everything got something to do revolving this world to these people. Their women, food, clothes, cars, video games, all these different things gonna have a chip reader on it, man. So they're going to want that chip. You know, it only makes sense. You know,
and a lot of you people out there, Esau's infantilized your minds. So, hey, I watch superhero movies and I enjoy watching, but a lot of you got a lot of old ass people out here that are obsessed with it.
Yes,
they'll do whole like pages on it, and it's like fan sites.
They got some weird people out here.
They'll go to conventions and dress up and stuff like that.
Comic-Con. Motherfucker come there looking like Thor.
So with a beer gun.
A old black ass nigga with a blonde wig on. Looking like Thug.
I will say I don't mind if you women go in that skin tight outfit dressed like Black Widow, but that's neither here nor there. But with this chip, you're seeing a lot of this whole transhumanist movement come down. It's like, oh, you can get chips to make you smarter, get super strength. So people are gonna, like you were saying, people are so obsessed with this world, and they've been so degraded by like social media saying, oh, you ain't shit. You don't look good. You don't look like these celebrities or anything like that. So any little thing they can get to get a leg up on their neighbor, they're gonna do.
Yes, sir.
So it's that pressure. A lot of you people are gonna pop under that pressure, but it's not gonna take a lot of pressure to get you people to take that chip.
Oh no!
Just be a part of this world.
Like a lot of people say that they're not, but a lot of people gonna take that chip, man. Like that chip gonna be a big part of people living their lives.
It's gonna be the linchpin holding everything together.
Yeah, the Lord gonna really find out who is and who not. It says, 2 Ezra 16 and 17. Woe is me, woe is me.
Woe again, destruction.
It says, who will deliver me in those days?
This was Ezra saying this when he saw these prophecies, just going to show how bad these times are. Hey, nobody knows if they're of the elect until they get beamed up in that chariot. That's why we're diligently doing this work to make our calling and election sure. As you can see with all these people who may have been in for 10 years or who were a so-called elder brother getting bugged out this close to the end, it shows that nobody's safe.
Getting all fucked up. Yeah.
Nobody. One day you were the cock of the walk, the next day you're a feather duster.
Crazy. It says, the beginning of sorrows and great mourning. The beginning of famine and great death.
That time when there will be a time when many shall be taken in great number. And you can see what's going on in the Midwest right now with those historic floodings and storms. Farmers haven't been able to plant a sufficient amount of crops, so you can expect food prices to rise in these coming months because there's not going to be a lot of food left.
Yes.
And when people see that, a lot of people don't fast as it is.
No.
They can't even go 6 hours without eating something.
No.
So when it comes to that point where you can't get anything, these people are going to bug out, rush the stores, and fight and kill each other for a bag of rice or for a piece of sliced bread.
It's gonna get real out here, man.
Hey, it's get realer than real.
It's gonna get realer than real. The beginning of wars.
Hey, the wars and rumors of wars. We can see that right now. You see all these nations bucking up with each other, saying, "Oh, we got these hypersonic missiles, we got these new nukes, come at us." And especially what's going on in the Middle East with all that shit talk with Iran saying, "Oh, we're gonna get past uranium enrichment," and then Israel saying, "We can't let that happen, so we're gonna go to war." And if we do that, who's that gonna drag in? The big bad bully on the block, Babylon the Great, the United States of America, which is also a part of prophecy in Jeremiah 49 and 20. The least of the flock shall draw them out.
That's right.
And once that happens, that's in the twinkling of an eye.
It's over.
Russia, China, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, NATO is all going to get dragged in.
That's what we want, man. We want all these things to happen. We need these things to happen, man. We don't just want it, we need it, man. Because we need the kingdom, man. The society that we're in has to be destroyed, man. People, I done heard somebody say before, I can't imagine, well, the world wouldn't be right without dysfunction. You know what I mean? Like,
was it a woman that said it?
It was a female that said it. You know? It's crazy, man. Like, come on, like, who don't want things to be properly done, man?
In order.
Man.
It's just complete madness.
It says, and the power shall stand in fear.
Mm-hmm. The powers being the people of this planet, these rulers, these Rothschilds, these Rockefellers,
oh man,
these other heads of state in these other countries. Because in that day, they got their little game plan on, we're going to do this, boom, 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 get this new world order about. But once this hell is released and that it's out of their hands, they're gonna have their ass in the breeze as well, man, hoping that they can hold on to the bull while it's shaking.
I'm gonna tell you this: when when 2nd Ezra the 13th chapter fully come to fruition, when Revelations that is 1 and I think 7 or 6 coming to fruition, man, they gonna really stand in fear. They gonna really be like, man, this wasn't no game.
And hey, they've been watching our videos enough to see that what happens after Yahushua returns, the fishers go to be hunters.
Jeremiah 16:16.
So they're just gonna be sitting in those bunkers, those underwater submarines, or in those low orbit space stations, knowing that they're gonna start hearing that banging on the door, then see that laser beam cut that door open, and those mighty men rip that bitch open and give you a look in that eye like it's showtime.
What Sarnetta said? we want that man to crack them clouds.
Oh, he's gonna do more than crack those clouds. He's gonna crack that bald head open.
That's right.
You fucking egg-headed bitch.
That's right. It says, what shall I do when these evils shall come? You know what? Hold on. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?
Woe is me, woe is me. And if you understand this truth, what should you be doing right now? Making your calling and election sure. Pushing this word and following these laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. Not having an evil eye towards your brothers, especially the elders who gave you this truth, and taking rebuke like a man, girding up your loins. This isn't the time to be getting emotional. As you grow more and more in these scriptures, you become more and more of a man. And a man is perfectly balanced. He knows when to be rough, he knows when to be soft, but he doesn't get emotional. He knows business and the business that needs to be done. You have to be about your father's business.
Right.
You have to be like that lamb, like Yahushua, when all those people were spitting and mocking on him and doing all that. What was he doing? He's like,
the objective is to overcome these things for the Lord, right? If the objective is to overcome this world for the Lord, you gotta be humble, man. You gotta be as a little. The Lord said you gotta be as a little child, man. So if a brother tell you something, you know he coming in the respect of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. You know. It says, 19. Behold, famine and plagues, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment.
Scourges for amendment. Jump to verse 22.
Gotcha.
But score just for amendment. And when you scored somebody for amendment, what is that? They did something wrong. So you're scourging them for it. You people living in gross darkness.
Yes.
Being sodomites out here, being transgender, eating pork, eating shrimp, doing drugs.
It is levels to the wickedness in this world, man. Every fashion in this place have nothing but scummy, bummy, just trashy shit, man. From the food to the people to the antics to the sports to the whatever, man. Every fashion in this world need to deal with what it is that the Heavenly Father got planned for them, man.
Just about everybody out here is a pathological liar. Lying's like breathing air to a lot of these people out here, and that needs to end. It's sickening.
Just like the Lord gonna put the laws in our inward parts, we can clearly see what's in these people inward parts in the society, man. Wickedness is sowed in people, man, stitched. It says, 2 Ezra 16 and 22. It said, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall...
Many of them, a great number of people that shall be taken.
It says, shall perish of famine. Boy, the Lord want people to... The Lord not when it comes down to people starving, man.
And what does it say? It's better to be killed with the sword than to starve. You know how horrible that is to not eat? Like,
I don't even think about it.
Some brothers that have fasted before, when you began fasting, wasn't that first day horrific?
Yeah, man, it's terrible.
You wake up the next day, you just feel like...
got people out here that has never... They literally go by breakfast, lunch, dinner. Oh, and somewhere between that a snack. You know what I mean? This is people's routine, man. They got people out here that every 6 hours, every 5 hours, they eat something, man. This is real, man. Famine is coming to this place because the Lord know how much you people like to indulge in all these different foods, man.
The careless city.
America never sleeps, right? So if America never sleeps, we can go out down Bourbon Street
easily.
3 o'clock in the morning, I can find a place to get a fucking po' bar.
I've done it.
Exactly.
I done it at 4 and 5 in the morning.
Exactly.
Greasy, shitty food. You people are addicted to sugar and salt.
Yeah.
So that's just about as bad as being addicted to cocaine.
Oh.
So when you don't get that coffee hit, don't get that sugar hit, it's not gonna be good.
It ain't gonna be good at all.
Hey, and for you people out there that are overweight and that are worried about losing weight, you're about to go through an extensive weight loss.
A drastic weight loss.
Hey, if you don't end up being somebody else's meal to begin with.
That's right. It says, and the others that escaped the hunger shall the sword destroy, man.
Like back in Amos 5, around 19.